If your dog starts acting like this, be very careful. Here's why. A mother named Chrissy explains that when she was home alone, her dog Comet began growling at something in the hallway she couldn't see. You can hear Comet growling at something in the hallway, as if it's sensing danger. He then looks at Christy, almost as if he's trying to warn her of the threat. In the past, while in that house, Christy's daughter has expressed remembering a series of dark events.
A long time ago, there was a big tree right over there, and then it crushed everybody.
Now, this could be explained as someone in the end of the hallway, but Christy assures she has no idea what could be causing her dog to act in such a way.
It's worth mentioning that the following video features a doll, so if you plan on sleeping tonight, you'll probably want to skip this one. Now the video itself doesn't have much info. It seems to have been shot years ago, as the quality of the footage isn't exactly 4K. But it's what happens in the video that makes up for the lack of quality, for what's captured on camera is pretty unsettling. The video starts off with a child who seems very excited over the fact that the camera on which this video had been recorded is finally working after failing to turn on for a while. Enthused that the camera is now functioning, the child excitedly tells her mother about this while recording her. The child then goes on to tell their sister about this. However, it's what happens next that has left viewers of the video disturbed. Take a look. Behind the child's sister, the head of a doll that's placed on top of a dresser turns on its own. And it doesn't move just slightly, as though small vibrations had caused this, but rather turns its head almost completely around before stopping to look at the camera directly at its lens. But even more unsettling is the fact that it turned its head after the child repeatedly asked his sister to turn around and look at the camera. Because of this, viewers find this video to be evidence of something paranormal. According to them, a certain entity attached to the doll's head had thought the child was calling out to them, when in fact, the child was actually calling out to their sister. Now of course, as with most videos, this is purely speculative. It isn't obvious as to what exactly had caused the doll's head to move, but as always, I'll let you come up with your own ideas. Had something paranormal been caught on camera, or was something else caught instead? Feel free to let me know what you think.
This is a real sign located in Davao, Philippines, and there is a scary urban legend that surrounds it. As you look at the sign, there is a silhouette of two children waving and an eerie instruction stating, "Please wave back." For years, an online debate has raged on. Some locals argue that this sign serves a practical purpose, a gentle reminder that a school lies nearby. Its intention is to urge motorists to slow down and acknowledge any children they may encounter in or around the vicinity. However, some eyewitnesses denies the presence of any school in the vicinity, and they insist that there are wandering spirits of children in the area. It is believed that these apparitions are not pleased when their kindly waves are not returned by people passing their way. There are no reports on what might happen when you don't wave back, but it's probably better to wave back for your own safety, or you might now know that they might haunt you for the rest of your life.
Paranormal explorer canadiense encountered a terrifying creature while live-streaming his exploration of el cementerio La Hacienda. As the man arrives and tries to communicate with the dead, he hears this.
¿Qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso? Están escuchando, no manches. ¿Dónde están? Aquí estoy, dijeron.
He hears voices and something moving around, resembling that of a kid's voice. Now, as the man goes towards the area where the sounds are coming from, he sees it.
Uy. Uy. Ay, allá, allá. Está viendo de frente, raza.
The face of an unknown creature can be seen completely still, staring at him from behind the grave. It had a horse's face and long black hair.
¿Qué madre es eso? ¿Quién eres? Su madre, raza, pinche escalofrío. Tiene ojos,
The man is left frozen in terror as whatever this thing is just stands there, watching him. After a moment, the man slowly walks away from the scene.
A man who lives in a secluded area surrounded by trees was out playing by the forest with his kids one day and recording it to show his wife later on. However, his son points out something terrifying during the video. Take a look.
Guys.
What's that, Dad?
Let's go back inside. Come on. Come on, guys.
A humanoid creature with long limbs can be seen moving before jumping up high onto a tree. Fearing for his kids' safety, he decides to send them back into the house quickly before anything happens. He believes it's some type of cryptid creature that lurks in the forest.
Facebook users Juan and Nicole are a married couple who've been experiencing strange activity at home. It wasn't too long ago when the couple had posted a video of what many viewers consider to be the most active poltergeist activity caught on camera. Yet prior to this video, Juan and Nicole had a similar experience in a different house. And it's because of this previous encounter that many believe that the married couple are being followed by something. To be more specific, viewers believe that a malicious entity of some sort has been haunting the two wherever they go. Although it's not clear if the couple also believes this, they have no doubt in their mind that the following incident deals with something paranormal. According to the couple, they were watching a scary movie with a friend inside their living room when all of a sudden, strange things began to occur. It was after this incident that they looked over the footage caught by their security camera to make sense of what occurred that day. But it seems that watching this footage has only left them even more disturbed. Midway through the footage, the friend claims to have seen the stuffed bear on the couch move on its own. He points this out to the couple, who in response tells him that he's probably just seeing things. But then, after shrugging it off to being nothing, the following happens. This is what was caught.
No, mijo, esto tenemos que subirlo. Esto, mijo, uy, si es que hay alguien que sabe de estas cosas, que nos ayude.
Yo me quiero ir.
No. Mira, la sombra blanca, ¿sí la viste?
Sí, pero no.
Ahí sí, ahí yo fue que ya comencé a sentirme mal.
¿Por qué?
Porque mira, a ver, eso yo sí lo vi claramente, así, de reojo.
Oye, ¿por qué te...
Mira, sí,
¡Uy!
Sí viste, eso sí.
¡Uy, mira!
Yo no sabía para dónde ir, te lo juro.
Miren.
Yo no sabía qué era, yo pensaba que era...
Behind the couch where the friend had sat, a shadow-like figure can be seen on camera for a split second before quickly disappearing behind the sofa. Not sure as to what they'd seen, they began to look around for the mysterious figure, but then, as they search around, the strangest thing happens.
Es que estábamos con la luz del televisor,
Claro.
como que estuviéramos en el cine. Yo digo,
Uy,
no,
Dios mío.
no,
¡Uy!
Sí, la botella.
ahí me tiraron la botella y yo de una salí corriendo.
No, yo te lo juro que yo no aguanto un día. Mira, se cayó
Uy,
el
no,
ahí.
no.
Yo no aguanto un día
Pero,
más.
uy, mira, ¿sí ves la luz que pasa
Mira,
por ahí?
ahí, la puerta de alguien como la tenía trancada. No podía
Mira,
salir.
sí, uy,
Mira.
¿sí ves?
Sí.
Ahí pasa.
Mira, del susto, ¿sí ves lo que me pasó del susto?
Mira, mira.
Uy, hasta el cuadro, Dios mío santo. Oye, pero ¿por qué se cayó todo?
No sé, ahí nosotros nos fuimos, nosotros nos nos íbamos a quedar ahí.
Mira lo que pasó ahí, mira lo que pasó ahí. Mira eso, mira eso.
Cerraron la puerta. No sé si hay algo o alguien que nos está haciendo asustar, pero te lo juro que yo ya no aguanto.
Estábamos solos en la casa, bro.
Mira, ahí están las luces.
All of a sudden, things inside the living room began to move on their own. It was at this moment that they fled out of the house due to the dangerous activity that was happening inside. What happened then, after the door had closed on its own, has left them baffled.
La sangre de Cristo tiene poder.
Mira la maleta, mira. Mira cómo la van arrastrando. Mira
¿Por qué
cómo
no
se la van
oraron,
arrastrando.
hermano? ¿Por qué no se pusieron a orar?
Cambiémonos de casa.
Tienen que
No,
orar.
que eso ya.
No, eso de ley, eso de ley. Uy, pero ese peluche, Dios mío.
Mira, como que lo están jalando, ¿sí ves?
Es como que se para de cabeza,
Ese es el
¿qué?
peluche que te regaló Juanca. Que tú dañaste, ¿verdad?
Mira, ¿sí viste lo que pasó aquí?
Mira,
¿Sí viste?
Ahí pasa, ahí pasa.
Sí. Mira.
Mira esa lucecita. Mira, es como que
fuera
fuera que algo
Yo,
pasa.
eso nosotros no lo vimos porque estábamos afuera.
Estábamos afuera.
Pero es como que algo pasa. Date cuenta que es como que, mira, ¿ves?
Mira, ahí va.
As stated before, viewers believe that something paranormal had occurred, but even more unsettling is the belief that something is haunting the married couple regardless of where they live. Until more footage is released by the couple, it seems that this belief will stay at that, just a belief. Although it's not clear as to what exactly was caught on camera, the video is still nonetheless pretty creepy.
A man named Claymore was downstairs working on his laptop alone around 4:53 a.m. when all of a sudden he hears a scratching sound and a bang come from the door behind him. This door leads to his basement, and the first time this happened he was completely terrified. But after happening a few times he decides to start recording. This is what he captures.
Alright, so that right there is my basement door, right? I'm downstairs by myself. It's like 4:53 in the morning, and I just started hearing that. I have no fucking idea what it is, but I'm down here by myself. Everybody's sleeping, just me. Ain't the first time I heard this shit either.
He hears knocking sounds coming from the basement door downstairs, but doesn't dare to go and check.
And I just started hearing that.
A few minutes later, he hears the same tapping, but this time, it comes from inside the bathroom, so he goes to check it out.
See if anything else happens. I mean, I hear the shit every night. It's... the fuck? Okay, that's never happened before. Now I have to go check it out, otherwise you guys are gonna be like, oh, it's probably somebody in there. Let's go see. I'll show you guys right now. Ain't nobody in this motherfucker right here. And it is empty. Yeah, no, that one was weird. That's never actually happened before. That's new, at least.
The bathroom light turns on by itself, but when he enters, there's nobody there. We can also hear what sounds like the shower curtain move on its own. The very next night, he hears the knocking coming from the basement again. This time, he musters the courage to go and check it out. Watch closely.
Alright, you guys are in luck. You wanted it, right? There it is. Ain't me knocking on shit. Ain't nobody down here, right? You fucking hear it. Now, you guys are gonna say, oh, it's somebody in there. It's an animal. Nope. Let's go. The fuck? So who's down here? Nobody. What the fuck? Nobody down here? Nobody downstairs? I want to hear none of that bullshit about, oh, it's somebody. Ain't fucking nobody. We hear that shit every single night.
He opens the door right at the time of the knocking, meaning that there's no time for someone to run away. And as he goes down to search the basement, there's no one there. Not sure what it is, Claymore just heads back upstairs and shuts the door. The following night, he sets up a camera recording while he's working so he doesn't miss it. And it doesn't take long for the sounds to start. He rushes to the door and quickly opens it and turns the light on, but is unable to capture anyone there, so he just returns back to his desk. After doing some research on the history of the property, he discovered that it was originally a bar back in the 1920s, and later became a restaurant before being turned into a home. Other than that, he hasn't found anything specific that could indicate that the basement is haunted. This next video was posted by a security guard who was handling the night shift safeguarding of an isolated facility. The security guard immediately had a change of shifts after this night and never worked the night shift again. Perhaps this CCTV footage is the reason why.
Bak burada fark ettim. Dışarı çıktım. Baktım kayboldu. Burada kayboldu. Ondan sonra koşturdum içeri.
A white ghost-like figure appears in the middle of nowhere and looks as though it's looking into the facility. Upon watching the live CCTV feed, he notices this creepy anomaly outside, so he goes to check it out and confront whatever it is. That's when it just flies off into the sky and vanishes into thin air. Evidently, something was indeed there and he reacted to the security guard coming to check it out. Till this day, he has no idea what it was, but this is probably why he no longer does night shifts.